Hey everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back. Today, obviously, we're planting a brick. Let's get to it. So first I'm going to use some of this E6000, which is just some strong glue that I have. And I'm going to outline each circle and then lay down the mesh. And then I will use this rock I found to smooth out the glue. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. For cacti, it's fine to just snip them at the base. For these today, I'm using thread snippers that are really sharp and can get into the crevices really well. So I'll just do the same thing to these over here. That's been munched on. This is some sort of very prolific echeveria. I'm clipping it as close to the base as possible and trying to get some air roots with it if I can. This flower box is where I put cuttings, extra plants, anything that doesn't have a place can go in here. It's where I like to take stuff from to use for projects, and it's where I like to put stuff when I'm done with projects. I'm just going to take some of the biggest plants out to clear some space for the smaller ones. The first ones that come to mind are these tall rosettes. They've been in there for, I would say, about a year now, and it's time. As well as this ghost plant, maybe this senecio. Let's start with this one because it's kind of driving me crazy how it's leaning. And I'm gonna pop off a couple of leaves for propagation that look good. I'll put those in my propagation tray. This is a great time to check and see if you have mealybugs, which I do. That is a foe. We don't want that. So I'll go get my neem oil and treat that before planting this. You can see it right there. It's just like tiny and fuzzy, and you want as many leaves left on as possible because the leaves are what it's going to use for energy to put out its first few roots before it has the chance to start absorbing water on its own. And I'm just gonna leave this here and it will regrow with time. Next I'll do this one. This ghost plant is another one that is a fast grower and will drive me crazy if I don't cut it back right now. This senecio in front is also getting really long. Since there are some aerial roots, I'm going to try and cut all the way down here. You can just pull off that last leaf or leave it. I'm going to pinch it off. And there you go. You can see I have a little root with it. I'm thinking about chopping this big guy. This is a cotyledon of some sort. I'm gonna chop it all the way back to here. That's a fun cutting. So there they all are. I'm gonna let them callus over and then we'll be ready to plant them in our brick. Were you running out of containers to use to make arrangements? Same. Now that the mesh has dried on the bottom, I filled it up with some soil and we're ready to get started. Maybe just a little more. I realized while I'm at it, why don't I plant another brick with another one of my favorite plants. And here are some cuttings I already popped in the brick. I haven't planted them yet. We'll do that in a second. We're gonna have a whole brick structure going on. I think it's great. I'm out front because I wanted to change up the scenery and spend some time with this calancho arrangement. And I'm gonna start with this hole and I'm gonna use this big paddle. I just dumped dirt in my pants. I think that's so cute. I'm also going to add this little Crassula obliqua cutting that I found sitting in a pot earlier. looks pretty good. Next I'll do this little paddle. And then I'll add this little grapto something. It's beautiful though. It's like rainbow. Graptopetalum, graptosedum. Next I'm gonna do this cotyledon, which Penny totally stepped on, but it's fine. And then I'm thinking maybe the little guy. Okay, I love that. I think I'll call that good. Next, I'll plant the cuttings from my night blooming cereus, which is a type of jungle cactus. It's an epiphyte, just like orchids, except it can handle some more moist soil usually. They're best grown outdoors because they get big. Just make sure to keep them in the shade so they don't get scorched and give them plenty to drink. They're also a plant that likes to be root bound, so these small circles will be perfect. This piece is so goofy. Look at that. Love it. I think I'm actually going to stick this little Opuntia paddle in there too. So we'll have desert cactus and a jungle cactus all in the same teeny tiny brick hole. This night blooming cereus has actually never bloomed for me. I've been growing it for a few years, but it's never bloomed. It blooms once a year at night. I believe it's a white bloom. This is a really fun plant though. I think the shapes of the leaves are so silly. Should we do ghost plant and senecio? I'm thinking that's the way to do it. I need to pop off another leaf. Ah, don't break. Spring can't make up its mind. I got so tired eventually of using the same terracotta pot over and over, so I like to switch it up. This is definitely probably my most creative planter so far. I think it'll work. I'm just gonna dust it off and then position these guys where I want them. I'll wait a few days before giving them a drink, but they're pretty set. They've got just enough soil in there. They're packed in. Look cute. The senecio is a little awkward, but it's fun. I ended up not using this other little rosette, so I'm gonna put it in its own pot. Going with the tiny pot. And seriously, succulents are so easy. Literally all you do is that, and I'm done. While I'm over here, I wanted to show you these blooms on the fuzzy echeveria that are finally opening up, and they're so vibrant and gorgeous. And all of these happy succulents after a ton of rain. I think they look beautiful. They're gonna stay over here on the north side of my house, getting plenty of morning light, but not scorched. Let me know in the comments what kind of containers you're using to get creative with. I hope you all are staying in high spirits and staying home and healthy. See you in the next one. Bye! Hanging out by ourselves. Mom, why are you making me pose with these bricks? It's cute. Pretty, it's cute.